Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. During the April 27th episode of the TLC series Sister Wives, Meri and Janelle Brown disclosed that they might seek legal assistance in their property division with their ex-husband Kody Brown. A few sister wives wish to split up and face the breakup of their relationships. The couple is currently resolving the division of their joint property with their ex on their TLC show, even though Meri Brown and Janelle Brown both declared the dissolution of their decades-long marriages to Kody Brown in 2022. The idea of having to involve a lawyer in this makes me feel nauseous. During a confessional on the April 27th Sister Wives show, Meri stated, "But my communication is falling on deaf ears. I'm afraid of the wrath that we're going to get," she later said to Janelle. Meri, who has a 27-year-old son named Leon with Kody, said she hopes she and Janelle can meet with Kody and his only surviving wife, Robyn Brown, but she thinks her ex-husband was deliberately avoiding the topic of their property. "If we could just talk and say, 'This is fair,' then it would be great, Janelle, Robyn, and him." Meri went on in the episode, "We invested this money that was meant to be for the family, and now it's fair that we get this. Kody and Robyn gain more than just the advantages of the things I helped with. They are not entitled to keep anything." But Kody, who also divorced his ex-wife Christine Brown in 2021 after 25 years of marriage, has a different perspective on Meri and Janelle's commitment to their relationship. The 56-year-old claimed on the show that they keep complaining about something they gave to the family. Everyone followed through on that. Robyn cleared off family debts with the money she earned selling her home. "It was tight, and you were working together with your family while everyone was making sacrifices. Someone paid this and somebody paid that," he continued. "You chose to end things when we're all working together. Well, you're all going out. What do you want me to do with Robyn's possessions? My only possessions are the things that Robyn used to own." However, Janelle, who has 6 children with Kody, pointed out a double standard that she thinks may put an end to the group's internal strife. She said to Meri, "He would be fair here if he was really the gentleman and all the things he used to preach to our boys." Continue reading for more shocking revelations from the current Sister Wives season. Shortly after their 1990 vows, Kody Brown declared he was prepared to separate from his first wife, Meri Brown. Still, he led me to believe that he would work on things by saying, "Oh, Meri, when we move to Flagstaff, this will be a good time to have a new beginning for us." Meri mentioned their 2018 move in the September 15th premiere. "As if he had convinced me of those things. He's been doing this for a very long time." Her primary complaint, she stated, is his lack of communication and how he really felt and what he really wanted or what he really didn't want, and the story that he's been telling for all these years. Also, Kody admitted that there might have been mixed messages, but only because he added, "I'm like, why would I do this?" when he began to work on things. "I would not court and date her now." In any case, when Meri finally pulled the plug in early 2023, her pals were ecstatic. They say, "All right, we're backing you and here for you." Additionally, "It's about darn time," she admitted. She now believes that he had been attempting to get her to leave him for years by claiming he didn't love her. "Because if he can push me out and I leave, he's not the bad guy because he didn't walk away." In the season premiere, Kody said that he was prepared to let the idea die years after the family had bought the 14-acre plot of land in Flagstaff, Arizona, on which they intended to build. Unable to construct without paying the entire $820,000 price tag, which the family allegedly did in 2023, he said to Robyn Brown, his surviving wife, "I'd almost rather scrap it or sell it and then just start again somewhere else." "I can't talk about that," she said in reference to Robyn. "That is so not where I'm at." Janelle Brown, the second wife, previously told E! News that "we just kind of started to grow apart," but in the end, she left because of Kody's shortcomings as a dad to several of his children. The mom told Logan Brown, Madison Brown Brush, Hunter Brown, Garrison Brown, Gabriel Brown, and Savannah Brown, "The big spark for me was when his relationship broke down with my children, and he didn't seem like he would move heaven and earth to fix it. And I thought, okay, that was what was really holding me here." Janelle refused to entertain the possibility of reconciliation, even when Kody brought it up in the November 3rd episode. I don't know how I would ever reconcile with him and have him not have a relationship with my kids, she stated. No, I'm going to always choose my kids. Kody believes that his own family has excommunicated him. That was Kody's justification for not trying harder to patch up the problems he was having with some of his grown children. I don't fit in the family anymore, he complained in the episode that aired on September 15th. And then I have some relationship with some of the other kids, and it's infrequent, he said, explaining that he was still totally married to Robyn and raising their 5 children together: Dayton, Aurora, Brianna, Solomon, and Ariella Brown. What should I do with all of this? I ask myself. It's not a family-like atmosphere. Robyn and Kody were having a rocky marriage. We're probably doing the worst we've ever done in our marriage, Robyn admitted in the season 19 premiere, even though they were being totally monogamous for the first time in their 14-year marriage. Between us, things have been difficult. He isn't sure if he or one of the other women is to blame. Are you going to reject me too? Kody seems to be gazing at me because he's experiencing a lot of rejection. She consequently disclosed, I'm on my toes. I have to constantly check to make sure he isn't ruining our connection. There's no resource to help with the idea that I'm still married to a man who's going through divorces, she said, summarizing the most difficult aspect. I can't look myself in the mirror and say, hey, dude, Kody shared, expressing a crisis of confidence. I cherish you. Seeing her former sister wives enjoy their new era was difficult for Robyn. They're all moving on, she said on the episode that aired on October 27th. I feel like the idiot that got left behind. Maddie doesn't talk to her father. To the list of children Kody isn't currently seeing, add Madison, Janelle's oldest daughter. During the premiere, Janelle clarified, I am aware that Maddie has not spoken to her father. She doesn't have a relationship with Robyn, and neither of them has phoned him. She has essentially dismissed both of them. Kody's shaky relationship with Maddie's children, Axel, Evangeline, and Josephine, is the problem, according to Janelle. She doesn't really want him to have any contact unless he can commit to it. Because of this, Janelle revealed on the September 22nd episode that when the family started to really dissolve, Kody did sort of cut off communication with Maddie and her husband Caleb Rush, whose sister was married to Kody's brother. Maddie has been mama bear to the extreme, Janelle continued, since Kody has not been calling or coming to see. She has felt like until he can be consistent and show up and not be dramatic, that she feels like it's probably better if they don't know about him. Robyn added that she has been pushing Kody to make amends, but she also stated, I think the kids should be doing the same thing, too. Kody, however, seems unprepared to mend the split for the time being, complaining that each time he spoke to his daughter, it was a fish for gossip, and I got tired of it. Kody asserted he didn't love Meri. He was alluding to the fact that he never loved me and he felt like he had to marry me. Meri revealed in a conversation with her friend Brandy during the September 15th premiere, while they were celebrating their 32nd anniversary. Kody, I told him, I know you loved me. In a confessional, Leon Brown's mother asked why he ever proposed if he didn't. When a single young man meets a single young woman, why would he choose to marry her and just affirm and force love for her when he didn't love her? She pondered. Isn't that cruel? I chose you to attempt to force myself to love for the next 32 years, and then just pick me out of a crowd. In his own confessional, Kody responded, Oh, Meri has her little allegations now. All right. She is free to say whatever she wants. I will refrain from commenting on it. He would, however, admit that they never relished their honeymoon. This marriage was on the rocks the entire marriage, he demanded during the episode that occurred on October 20th. How would I know that, too? Because my relationships with Robyn, Christine, and Janelle were so much better. Even though he acknowledged that he should have gotten out of the relationship 25 years ago, he remained because he was afraid, saying, Leadership will never allow you to marry again if you're discarding wives. Janelle threatened to take Kody to court. Janelle stated that the first step was to pay off the Arizona property, but she wasn't sure if she wanted to construct on Coyote Pass or just sell it. I think I'm going to have to lawyer up, She admitted to her ex-sister wife Christine Brown in the September 22nd episode, as Kody was not willing to discuss the matter with her. Because I think that's the only way I'm ever going to get any kind of decision out of him. Without a formal marriage to Kody, Janelle admitted, I really have no legal rights to make any kind of claim on Kody's property. I'm not just calling a lawyer and saying I need to divorce this person, she said. No, there isn't a legal marriage, which makes things quite difficult. Kody allegedly gave his other wives access to private information. Kody claims that he no longer trusted Janelle, which is why he didn't discuss their Arizona property with her. We will pay off the property when the time comes, he maintained during a confessional in the September 22nd episode, adding, and I'm not giving you any details about what I'm doing or whatever, because I'm tired of disclosing information that goes through the gossip mill of our broken family. In her own interview, Janelle described it as a bit of a pot calling the kettle black. Her words, he leaks like a sieve. He told me stuff about his other relationships and his other wives that I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be telling me that. Robyn's house was paid for with family funds. The family used to put all of their money into one pot back when their love was still growing rather than shrinking. Janelle said on the September 22nd episode, we would use all the resources to help one person, then we would all rally to support the other person. Up until the last 10 or so years, it always operated that way. Suddenly, it's about my estate, even though everyone needs their own estate. They all helped to purchase Robyn's $1.65 million 5-bedroom house in Arizona when she needed a place to live. It was put up for sale this past August. According to Robyn, the goal was for it to benefit the family. However, Janelle was rejected when she proposed that they all sign the mortgage. Kody was like, no, we need to protect Robyn's estate, Janelle recalled. Janelle went on to say that she would like her share of the Coyote Pass earnings now that she's leaving the family, and I'd like to recoup some of the money I put into Robyn's house. However, it can be difficult to sell. We were working together for so long, Robyn said. Robyn continued after Janelle claimed that she owed them money, stating, it's like, how do you calculate that? It's really perplexing. Janelle questioned Kody's financial management. Janelle expressed frustration with the family's failure to settle Coyote Pass, claiming that Kody had all these other debts. She has, however, seen him seize other possessions, such as trailers and house furnishings. She remarked, I see all the art on their walls, referring to Robyn and Kody's residence. I observe everything. I have money and have spent it on things, so that's okay. Kody said that a large portion of his income was used to purchase cars, basically had a fleet, and child insurance. I used to always be surprised at how nice her backyard was, Janelle said, adding that she wasn't sure how Kody and Robyn managed their expenses. It was finished. Additionally, there was always stuff at her place. I thought, wow. In summary, she stated, he doesn't prioritize what I need or what I want. And she was eventually worn down by that problem. I believe that eventually I started to notice it, and my children, like my adult children, were becoming quite upset about it. What the hell, Mom? I mean, in Robyn's opinion, though, she was extremely frugal after her first marriage failed. During the September 22nd show, she revealed, I used to be not so great with money. When I was young, I had hard knocks, and then I learned during my divorce really how to budget myself very, very well. You just must have had a different priority of where your money was going to go than I did. That's all, she stated of her fellow sister spouses. Sister wives Meri Brown and Janelle Brown are terrified of ex-Kody Brown's wrath, the shocking truth behind their fear. Introduction. Hold on to your seats, Sister Wives fans, because what we're about to reveal will leave you speechless. After years of drama, tension, and jaw-dropping twists, it seems that Meri and Janelle Brown's relationship with their ex-husband, Kody Brown, is reaching a boiling point. And guess what? They're terrified of what he might do next. You won't believe what's actually going on behind the scenes in this explosive tale of fear, power, and the fallout from Kody's wrath. In this 40,000-word deep dive, we're pulling back the curtain on the fears and emotions that Meri and Janelle have kept hidden from the public. From Kody's manipulative control to the shocking secrets they've kept to protect themselves, This story will shake the very foundation of everything you thought you knew about the Brown family dynamics. Meri and Janelle's terrifying reality, the wrath that haunts them. After more than 2 decades of marriage to Kody Brown, Meri and Janelle Brown are living in fear of what their ex-husband might do next. Over the years, the Brown family has been caught up in a web of secrets, lies, and betrayal, but now it's clear that the fallout from Kody's wrath is taking a darker, more sinister turn. Meri and Janelle are no strangers to the emotional toll that comes with living in a polygamous marriage. For years, they've dealt with the highs and lows of Kody's favoritism, his manipulative tactics, and the constant pressure of competing for his attention and affection. But now, things have taken a turn for the worse, and both women find themselves at a breaking point. The growing fear, the most shocking revelation in this explosive story. Meri and Janelle are terrified of what Kody could do if they don't follow his demands. Their fear is not just about what's happening in their personal lives, but what could happen to their futures if they don't conform to Kody's expectations. Meri's ongoing struggles with Kody are well known, but Janelle, who had hoped for a more peaceful exit from her marriage, is now finding herself caught in a whirlwind of fear, regret, and uncertainty. What are Kody's true intentions? And why are these women suddenly so afraid of him? Meri's unbearable struggles, why she's living in constant fear of Kody's wrath. Meri Brown has been the target of Kody's manipulative behavior for years, and now it seems that his wrath is more dangerous than ever. After their painful divorce, Meri thought she could move on and rebuild her life. But she quickly learned that breaking free from Kody's influence wouldn't be so easy. The public scandal. When Kody's blatant favoritism toward Robyn Brown became undeniable, Meri began to feel the weight of his anger and resentment. The public scandals, the humiliations, the heartache, it was too much for her to bear. But the real shock came when Kody's behavior escalated, and Meri realized that he was no longer just angry, he was vengeful. Kody's cruel behavior toward Meri reached new heights when he began to publicly shame her for her decisions, calling her out for her relationship with her former catfish partner and claiming that she was never enough for him. This constant emotional abuse, mixed with Kody's refusal to let go of his patriarchal hold on their family, left Meri feeling powerless. Meri's fear of the future. Meri's fear isn't just about the past, it's about the future. Kody's wrath could manifest in ways that would ruin her reputation and damage her chances of success in her business ventures. Meri knows that Kody holds the power to destroy her public image, especially in the eyes of the family's loyal followers. And given the fact that Kody's behavior has only become more erratic, Meri is left wondering just how far he'll go to get revenge on her for stepping out of his control. Janelle's silent battle. The quiet fear of Kody's wrath. While Meri's struggles have been well documented on the show, Janelle Brown has largely kept her fears hidden. But behind the scenes, Janelle is facing a silent battle against Kody's wrath that threatens to undo everything she's worked for. The emotional roller coaster. Janelle has always been more independent than the other wives, and she's long maintained a strong connection with her children and her own personal goals. But that didn't make her immune to the constant emotional manipulation from Kody. The tension between Janelle and Kody has been brewing for years, and it only intensified after the family's financial struggles and Kody's increasing favoritism toward Robyn. Janelle thought that by distancing herself from Kody, she could find peace. But she's learning that Kody isn't someone who lets go easily. With his threats of ruining her relationships with her children and destroying her business, Janelle is now living in constant fear of the consequences of standing up to Kody. Kody's control over Janelle's future. The more Janelle tried to assert her independence, the more Kody tried to tear her down. Whether it's making passive-aggressive comments about her personal life or questioning her decisions as a mother and a wife, Kody's influence over Janelle is undeniable. The fear of what could happen if she crosses him one too many times weighs heavily on Janelle's mind. She knows that Kody has the ability to turn the entire family against her, especially if she's perceived as disloyal. What will happen to her relationship with her children if Kody manipulates them against her? Janelle's worst fear is that she'll lose everything she's fought for. The wrath of Kody Brown. What happens when he feels threatened? Kody Brown has always been a man driven by control, and when he feels threatened, his reaction is nothing short of explosive. The infamous patriarch of the Brown family has a reputation for being emotionally volatile, and his wrath knows no bounds. The manipulation game. For years, Kody has played a dangerous game of manipulation, especially with his wives. He thrives on making them feel as though they owe him everything, whether it's their loyalty, their time, or their unwavering devotion. But when Kody feels like he's losing that control, he becomes a force to be reckoned with.